Hope traders and investors alike ended green today. Another day full of opportunities in a very tricky market. So let's take a minute and look at some of these opportunities that presented themselves. Starting with the SPY and the Qs. So we gapped down this morning, chopped around, filled it in pre-market, pushed up at open almost to our fib level, seen rejection, come down, and at this point when I drew this trend line, I drew it all the way out for the whole day, and you can see we tried to take the fib level out again, rejection, didn't make the trend line this time, pushed back up, took the fib level out, was very suspicious there, ended up snatching back down right to the trend line. Remember, this trend line was drawn here, pushed up right back to the trend line, so that's all opportunities in there for short-term trades. With the right strikes, they pay very well. Pushed up again, suspicious again, snatched back down. The market's just weak. Let's take a look at the Qs, since we use the SPY and the Qs to pay the bills, and the catalyst and other plays are extra. So you can see the Qs here formed a little pennant, or a little triangle here, and it's actually a little ascending triangle is what it really is. We ended up breaking out of that, couldn't hold it, but that candle right there, there's two candles, that would have made a nice trade. Come back, tried to form a little cup, seeing rejection right here in the same area, closed right back down to the 200. Let's look at some of the catalyst plays we found this morning. There was CSCO, bad earnings report, they guided down, they gapped down, just like Walmart and Target from previous days. We sold off throughout the day. BJ, in the same sector that Walmart and Target is in, and they ended up having a decent report. This provided some opportunities in here. Not the best price action, but there was definitely some short range trades in there. SQM's another one that had some catalyst news this morning we picked up. It was more along the lines of earnings news. And if you zoom out here, I've been watching this one trade into a channel for the last 2 days. And this thing ended up popping out of the channel this morning, come right back into it for a textbook move inside of this channel. So we also have been watching some beatdown names for the last couple of days. Names like Upstart. This provided a decent trade today. So they've been coming after this beatdown payment sector. Upstart pushed up after initial sell. Upstart had a big push today. SOFI finally broke out of a little channel it had been trading in and pushed up today. SOFI looks good right now coming into in the after hours. Let's see what it's doing pre-market. That's definitely one to keep our eye on. We also have AFRM in this same payment sector. This had a big push, and a lot of these plays were supported by options flow coming in. Especially, we had a lot of heavy option flow coming in on Upstart for puts. I actually took a put trade, tried to go short on it, and it wasn't a big trade. I think got as high as $85 on it. KTOS was news that we picked up on our squawk. This was an activist takeover type news. Pushed hard on that after the initial pullback at open. That provided some opportunities. AKAM also came across our squawk. The same type of news, activist takeover type news, This provided some opportunities and pushed on it. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on after hours. PANW reported. Good report, has gapped up here. This will be one worth watching for tomorrow. AMAT, this is another semi company in the chip sector. Had a bad earnings report, pulled back on that. Not sure when the phone call is on this one, but it's worth keeping an eye on. DEC also had a catalyst this afternoon with earnings, pushed up on that. Have a small cap on our little money pick list for tomorrow. This is a very small cap, a low under 15 cent here. But this made a big push tonight. So we have a gap and go setup here. I don't have the VWAP on right now, but we have a gap and go setup right here right now. Let's go back to the 5. And we started to push right after posting this chart. We were starting to push here. So this could be one to run at open. I think I missed KSS, Cole's very horrible report this morning. I mean, this was bad, but the price action was wild on this. And when the guidance call, the CEO mentioned that the board had put in a request that fully financed bids be submitted, and this pushed on hopes of new ownership. If you're a struggling trader, if you're struggling with discipline, there's a few things that you can do. One thing that helped me was literally make myself sit in front of the screen and watch setups and not let myself take them. So today, doing things like that, then today allows me to be a much better trader. If you're struggling trading, join our Discord. We have a lot of educational material, trading courses, live volume, callouts, option flow callouts, stock movement all day long. We talk about setups, price action. We have a second stream that I actually share in the afternoons and go over setups. This is not charts I picked because they're perfect charts to talk about. We are talking about real live setups during the day on real live price action. There's a lot of free educational material in our Facebook group. Join us there. Join us. You can follow us on Twitter. Get some Catalyst materials from time to time. I try to post there. Other than that, guys, have a good night. Hopefully you have a good green day in the market tomorrow. Definitely PANW, AMAT, DEC, and XCUR are 4 to watch for tomorrow. SOFI looks good so far. Keep an eye on those. See you tomorrow.